When man travels and gets to his destination, he is still man. But when food travels in man and gets to its destination, it is no longer food. Welcome to another episode. Good morning. Sabah al khair, bonjour à toutes et à tous. Kwalafia e karo, ansuma, dasba, memomachi. You're welcome. In our last episode, we stopped at somewhere. We are to start with theft of phones. But I'll go back a bit to Brahma Street, still, those of them who maltreated me so badly. I told you of the death of Dr. Obin Ajay. After that, the one who succeeded him, I've narrated it, was Dr. Majid. Well, some of these stories may not have concrete proof. It's left for the viewer to use their gumption to know if what I heard was true or not, or what was circulating about at that time. When Dr. Majid arrived, Brahma took some papers for him to sign to collect money for some project. I think the amount was 20,000 cedis. Either 2 or 20, but I think it's likely 20,000 cedis. That's what I heard at that time. And Dr. Majid accordingly signed those papers for the money to be given to Brahma. A number of days after, I don't know how long anyway, whether the same day or a different day outside, Brahma took again the same request, 20,000 cedis, to Majid to sign, thinking that he will not remember. Dr. Majid said, here's like I say. Dr. Majid asked him, but you brought these forms and I signed them before. Why another time? So shamefaced Brahma left. Now you will see that the duo came together to tell me together in unison, we shall not pay my bike allowance. Tiny thing like this, they won't pay. But he can ask for 20,000 cedis twice. So that if Dr. Majid were foolish enough to sign, the second 20,000 would have gone into cars and houses and women. But a poor man is asking you to pay him bicycle allowance of, and you give him 36,000 for 31 months. You see? So these are some of the things. And like I told you, my Jimpa money wasn't paid. The bicycle allowance, no. My salary of 32 months stopped. The equipment they use for the lab, as in Konongo Hospital, as well as Tamale Hospital, a total of 56 months, nothing. I didn't get them full. My equipment were used and destroyed for nothing. Bicycle allowance, no. Jimpa money, no. Salary of 32 months, no. Because they kicked me out in the long run. They found a way to, get me entangled, trap me. So this is what we are facing there. So when I'm reading these things, viewers, you have to understand me. Now we go to the theft. Health extension workers, newly brought to the hospital, to the lab to work, and people are stealing their things. I believe they are listening. One, theft, phone, gone. 20 cedis was reported. I think we'll get to that. Gone. My own phone units, I was calling to Malam Alasan. Somebody listened, Teba listened. And so Teba there has been a thief. I can prove he's a thief. Because like I said, I went to the MTN office in Tamale. And when they looked through, when they looked through, they said, no, the one who loaded your airtime was Teba. I said, but Teba is in my office. He was sitting there when I was calling the numbers. I came, I told Don, what can he do? He allowed it. He cannot do anything if anybody thieves in the lab because he's following the thieves. Danjima is following them. So how can he take action? No. So you see what is happening. You go to a hospital, you look at it, you see that the hospital building is fine, everything is fine. Nurses are coming out, X-ray people are coming out, lab staff are coming. You think that everything is okay. No. Within the hospital, things happen. And like I said before, it's not only in the hospitals, in the various workplaces in Ghana. I know that, only that I don't have any news to prove it, but I've seen it. Even while doing this, just before doing this video. When you are in an office, or when you go to town, when you see some people not well fed, facing hardship, and others are well fed, walking, pip, 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 you see their body shining. There is something behind. Because it's very difficult for somebody's salary to carry him throughout the month like that. Somebody with wife and children and has to pay transport and school fees and whatnot. I think that's what drives people to do evil. You see, such offices, they take monies without receipts. It's not only Ghana Health Service. I've seen it before. You go pay this, they will give you receipt. Pay this, you won't give it. If they will give you receipt. If you ask for a receipt, they say no receipt. Where does the money go? They pile them up, and then at the end of the day, they share. And when you see them working, you will think that they are money people. No, they are eating dirt. They are eating fire. The Quran says this, you eat an orphan's money, you are eating fire. And who is an orphan? He's an orphan because he is helpless, no strength. So he's not only orphan, anybody who is helpless, no strength, no power, nothing, no support, you chop the money. Pardon me to use the word chop. You chop the money, you are chopping fire. But little do these people know. All right. Remember, my YouTube channel is Science in the Quran. Science in the Quran. Or before that, Life and Guidance. Adam to Muhammad. Sign in the Quran. So these are some of the signs that I am relating to you, my viewer. Okay. So theft of phone of Hugh, health extension worker. 14.4. No, yeah. 14.4. Report made to administrator about stolen 20 cedis from new health extension worker. I made a report. Come on, report. Well, I don't know whether I made it or not, but I was told about it. Report made to admin about stolen 20 cedi from new health extension worker Hugh. Secret investigation point to Teiba, the fellow who stole my units. Secret investigations point to Teiba. I now recommend action on Teiba for my stolen units. You can see that I did not manufacture this note recently, or the whole book recently. No, I've not done that because Teiba stole from me. And you know the meaning of Teiba? Teiba means good, anything good. And look at somebody Muslim behaving like this, Teiba. And a woman too, a female, behaving like this. So when she gets married, the husband's money will be vanishing like that. Before you realize, divorce, divorce. You see? Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, yes. I was passing urine somewhere, and Hamza, who is a watchman provoked me. It didn't concern my passing urine there. He just saw me and wanted to just say something to provoke me. A watchman, a Gunja man, who was instated there by Chief Alex, a Gunja man. Like I said, it's not only Gunjas. Many tribes do that when they get posts in the office. So I'm not separating, I'm not isolating Gunjas only. Yes, on Tuesday, that was Monday, 4th. Monday, 4th to 4th. That's Monday, April 4th, 2001. The phone theft, on the following day, phone theft reported to administrator. Phone theft reported to administrator. Then, yes, on the same day, 5th of April, Don attacks me again, not physically, verbally. Don attacks again over BF only test. BF, malaria parasites, that's a blood film only test. I remember Raouf, the one who slapped me, used to get angry anytime I perform a test early for a patient. But what is it? Somebody comes for only malaria parasites, BF blood film for malaria parasite. Under normal circumstances, if all situations, if all provisions are there, within 20 minutes you should finish. Yes, you make your slide. If there is a warmer, you warm a plate, you warm the slide a bit, you stain it, and then that's if there are no patients. But when I do it fast for patients, he gets angry because they would prefer the patient to stay for 2 hours, 3 hours, and be grumbling. When they get there, they come and give something before they take and give out the results. These are human beings. These people are human beings. And one time he even wrote a letter to Obi Aji that I quickly do test and send the results immediately. And well, look at this. So what is it? You know how to stain. You can do it. You know how to examine. In fact, sometimes as soon as you put it on the mic, you see them straight. You don't need to waste time. You're not going to identify them. You're not going to mention the species like Martin Frimpong Darling used to say, P. falciparum. No, you just know that melapus and you give it for the patient to go. They don't like it. And that's why patients like me. Okay. So don't attack me over BF only tests. Yes, on Wednesday, 13th April, a patient came by name Zuera Yusuf, and his lab number was 282. 282. Well, I wrote this note on Wednesday, but the test was done 2 days back, 11/4, and the test was done without any receipt. They collected it and put in their pockets. I reported to the administrator. Don, I also informed Don. I had to inform him. I don't mind whether he takes action or not. I know he wasn't going to take action. But I told him, what can he do? Nothing. 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 This is a Ghana Health Service Union member, and this is in charge of the lab. And he can't control anybody. They rather control him. Okay. These were my movements. On Thursday, 21st April, I traveled to Kumasi. Then, 25th, I came back. Not relevant to our mission anyway. 'Tamale to Sola. Yes. On Wednesday, 18/5, that's April 5th. That was when I traveled to Sola. Tamale to Sola. Monday, 5th. That's when I traveled to Sola and I was rejected then. And Thomas Senior rejected me, cleverly rejected me, pretended he was happy about my coming, but turned around and kicked me off, kicked me away. After all the delay and after all the lies, when I detected that the woman had gone and even somebody had come there, I asked him. He said, yes, they've employed a newly qualified lab technician from trained at Kitampo. That's no experience. I asked him, so can I come and work together? He said, no, one is off, one is okay. So you see, I asked him, should I come? What do you do if you have somebody there already waiting on the waiting list, and then you take somebody, another person, a younger person, and the fellow who was waiting asked you, should I come and join? Oh, come and join. He said, no, he needs one. One is okay. So you see how crooked they are. And this is a district director occupying the same position like Mawe. So viewers, you can see how I was rejected anywhere I went. I felt very sad. Well, I had a heart to contain them, but like I said, people knew me in Tamale. I suffered a lot. Roaming the streets of Tamale like that. And I believe people can say yes, people can come and testify to that. On the 25th of May, I phoned my classmate, Dr. Amankwa, at the directorate. This is somebody who had helped me before. Like I said, I went to Bolga and he honored me well. Okay. And he was the one who asked me to go to Bolga to see Mawe. And Mawe was tossing me up and down. So there's no discipline. Mawe wouldn't mind him. Whatever he said, he didn't mind. So I phoned him again to complain. And what did he say? Dr. Amankwa called in connection with indiscipline letter. When I wrote about indiscipline in the letter, I gave it to him in a class. And I think I called him. Either I called him or I went to him. And what did he say? With all due respect, this is the last time I would like to receive such letters. There are issues I cannot resolve. So there is no use getting them. Okay. The last point is okay, acceptable. You see, but when you look at the letter, it looks like irritating, but he didn't have anything to do. He's also frustrated. He can't resolve them because back in the facilities, they don't even respect the director general, whoever it is. That's one point. Another point is that even there at the director general's department, somebody told me they are fighting. They are fighting each other. Yes, yes. So a reliable person told me, say they are fighting there. Should it be surprising? We all know even the heads of state fight. Akufo-Addo, Mahama Bawumia, openly for everybody to hear. And these are people managing the affairs of Ghana. So what about a small office like that, the Director General's Department? Somebody told me they fight. They fight each other, don't like each other there. There is no head. In other words, everybody wants to be big. So who will solve my problems? So Amankwa was right. He was right. He said, let me repeat it. I wrote it down immediately. With all due respect, this is the last time I would like to receive such letters. They are issues I cannot resolve. So there is no use getting them. Yes, he cannot solve them. So if he gets them, nothing happens. Who knows his relationship at that time in the office there with the Director General, with Animana, with this and that. They were fighting. So this is where the fear of God and religion comes in. These are people who qualify to get to that level, and with all their standard of education, they fight over minor things. It's not only in Ghana Health Service. You go to other departments. I am the manager. I am this. I am the COA. He is this. Then we can have two managers. You go, somebody say, so you get confused. Who is the COA? This one or that one or that one? So two people fighting over various. That's outside Ghana Health Service. It's happening everywhere. Like I said, this is why when our elders said we shouldn't go to school, because what the white man is bringing us is confusion, chaos. But no, it's not a white man. They have it, and they are managing their affairs okay. We couldn't. Kwame Nkrumah said we could manage our own affairs. We couldn't. And ironically, we couldn't because he, the white man, toppled him. When the case gets a ruler who is fighting for the country, no, they will find a way to topple him. They will deceive some people within the country to topple him, make a coup d'etat and topple him. And after a long period of time, they will now come and say, no coup d'etat, they've achieved their aim. So the world is complex. So Dr. Mankwa was right. There is nothing he can do about them, so there is no need collecting them. That was a plain truth. Okay. He was surprised. He didn't know I wrote it down. I did. I did. And I'm not bitter because, like I said before, he entertained me well when I went to Bolga. He honored me well when I went to Bolga. So it's part of this. Nobody has power in the Ghana Health Service. Everybody does what they want. Football field without referee. You miss the ball, don't miss the man. Keep calm. Uh, then on the Monday, I traveled to Tamale. Then 9th, I traveled to Kunungu. That was Thursday. Then, let's see, Tamale. I was shuttling between Konongo and Tamale, up and down. I don't know if probably that's the time that I was asked to go and wait at home, something like that. In any case, I don't travel without reason, without good reason. 22nd 6, there was another phone theft, but I haven't clearly stated here whether it was in the lab or not. Plus 3 CDs. No, I think that was in my home. I think so. I was sleeping and somebody came to my phone with 3 CDs. So I don't think that was in Tamale West Hospital. Off to Tamale, off to Konongo. Wednesdays is off to Tamale, so off to Konongo. Remember when I was waiting for the Sogla director, I said I was being called up and down. So I could travel up and down. Interesting. This does not concern Ghana Health Service, but there is something maybe I didn't tell anybody. I will now write it down. I had a dream that Colonel Gaddafi was subdued. Remember, it took a long period of time, or some appreciable length of time, to topple Gaddafi. And I wrote here, I dream, you can see dream, Gaddafi subdued. And dream, Gaddafi subdued. I slept in the night and I dreamt that Gaddafi has been conquered, subdued. Then I wrote it, and I think about 60 days later, I don't know where I find it. Gaddafi subdued. That was 60 days later. This was August, September, October. That was around October. Oh, where is the date? Where is October? Then it's here. So I've shown Gaddafi subdued. Then 60 days later, news of capture of Gaddafi on phone by Joshua Doctor at 12:55 p.m. He rang me to tell me that Gaddafi had been captured. So this was 60 days later. So I dreamed that Gaddafi was subdued. Then 60 days later, he was captured. There are some other similar dreams, but I don't think I can pinpoint my hands on them now. 60 days later, he was captured. Let me go and start from there. Okay. Oh, there is another note outside Ghana Health Service of that. On the Thursday, September 15, I wrote Thursday 15/9. There was a gory accident between Habitat and Yawakwi it was so terrible. It was a bus. When I went, I saw that two buses were facing each other in the night. Before they realized it, they both branched into the bush. In other words, the one coming from Accra straight, he went into the bush. He turned right and got into the bush. The one who's coming from Kumasi to turned, instead of turning right, he also turned left. And so they met in the bush. Pam! Oh my God, have mercy on me. Have mercy on us. And it was terrible. People's organs were out, limbs chopped off, whatnot. So it was a place near Habitat by Yaokwi, and there was a mortuary there, the mortuary belonging to Steve Ogwado. They sent some of the bodies there and whatnot. It was terrible. I shouldn't have mentioned it because it's not actually part of my agenda, part of my mission. But then, okay. Sometime. Okay, I think it's nice to pause here and then continue later. And when we come back, I'm going to 2012. And I think that is the year I went to Janga. So when we come back, that is where I should be going. Hope I'll remember it. Let me put it there. As usual, thanks for your audience. And may God bless you all. And pray for me too. We pray for each other so that I may come out of poverty. I'll get something small to put in my belly. I've already lost almost everything because if you lose your house, you've lost almost everything. So thank you very much. May God be with you.